Hey guys, I'm Courtney Scala. Welcome back to my channel. I am in a very foggy Milan and I'm here for Eicma. So this is actually my first year attending Eicma. I have been to Intermot before, but never Eicma. So I'm super excited as this is one of the biggest motorcycling trade shows in the world. And apparently it's been going for 110 years, which is absolutely crazy, and had about 500,000 people attend last year. So I am super excited to go and check out all of the new bikes for 2025. So come along with me. I'm going to start with the Ducati premiere, as I was lucky enough to be invited as a guest to be one of the very first to see the new Panigale V2 in person, along with the lovely Ducati ambassadors and Ducati team.
Till director. Ciao Andrea.
Ciao Giulio. I'm very pleased to be here in front of really a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of
Scared also.
Do you want to see the first bike? It's time. It's time, Andrea.
Ducati unveiled their new lightest ever Panigale V2, along with the new Street Fighter V2. This new V2 890cc V-twin is replacing the Super Quattro. With that came a decrease in power from 155 HP down to 120, and the new V-twin has a peak of 93 Nm of torque. But the main thing to know is that they've shed 9 kg off the weight of the bike, which will make a massive difference, I'm sure, to how this bike feels and handles on the road. And it's definitely a bike I'd love to try in 2025. Over at Royal Enfield, they revealed their Bear 650 for the first time, which we'd seen online the week before, but they surprised everyone by revealing their classic 650 models. Going back to their heritage with this retro-styled 650 twin that uses the same engine as the Interceptor, Shotgun, and many other Enfield models, so we already know it's a great motor. 3 colourways on this one, but I particularly liked the teal, and it's going to be priced at a reasonable $6,500. Then back to the Bear 650, which I think is actually one of my favourite bikes Enfield have ever brought out, just based on looks. Again, especially that teal. And it was a bike Enfield fans were really screaming for, a scrambler with a 650 engine. Named after Fast Eddie, a racer from the 50s, I reckon this will sell a lot of bikes for Enfield, especially since it comes in under the 7k mark. They also revealed their electric proposition, the Flying Flea. I'll reserve my thoughts on this one. So guys, I am having an amazing time at Eicma. It is so busy and so big. Somehow I've still managed to bump into absolutely loads of people here though, which has been really fun and really nice. Moving on to BMW, this time it was the twin-cylinder F450GS, which at the moment is just a concept and there's no pricing announced as of yet, but if under 10k, this will surely be a huge seller for BMW when it's eventually released. Yeah. 48 HP and a weight of only 175 kg. This is a super exciting entry into this A2 class. And of course they had on show the new BMW 1300 GS and GSA. Also on the stand was the new S1000R, which has had new updates to the styling and front end, such as these dual headlights, and comes in this gorgeous bright blue and yellow, which I actually really love. Again, unusual for me, but I just loved so many blue bikes at Eicma this year. As well as their new R20 concept, which I just absolutely love. Next up is the Triumph stand, which I've cut in a few clips from Motorcycle Live here for a few of these bikes. So this is kind of half Eicma, half Motorcycle Live on the Triumph stand. For me, the standout is these new Icon editions, the Bonneville Bobber, Bonneville T100 and T120, and Scrambler 900 and 1200s, plus Bonneville Speedmaster. All with upgraded, really premium features and hand-painted detailing. If you're already looking at buying one of these bikes in 2025, then the Icon editions are a very tempting extra spend, I'm sure. They also had a new Tiger Sport 800 on the stand, as well as an updated version of my old bike, the Bonneville Bobber. This one's called the Stealth Edition, so basically just a blacked out edition. And then they had the limited edition Evel Knievel Rocket Freeze and the Elvis Presley T120.
I think the craziest thing about this show is just how big it is. It is enormous. It is like, I don't know, 10 or 20 motorcycle lives in one. All in totally separate halls that are labelled in a rather confusing way so that we are running around like mad people trying to capture all the new bikes. But yeah, what fun. It's so exciting to actually be here. So yes, where to next? Let's go find KTM and check out these new 390 adventures.
So on KTM, they had the 390 Adventure R, which was revealed shortly before Eicma. Along with the 990 RCR. And also the 1390 Super Adventure S, which somehow I forgot to film in landscape. Moving on to Honda, who had a huge amount of updates across their lineup. Too many for me to get around and capture, I'm afraid, as I was only at Eicma for 2 days, and there was lots of new bike launches to run around and try and capture, but I did manage to see the new GB350S and the 2 new EV concepts, which I must say the street version looks kind of cool if that's your thing. CF Moto had 4 new concept bikes, but the most memorable for me was the Master of Speed, which, to be honest, was just one of my all-round favourite bikes of the whole show, just for the pure kind of outrageousness of it. It looks like something straight out of Tron. I can't really imagine them bringing anything actually out of the factory looking quite like that, but like I said, definitely a standout bike from the show. Over to Yamaha, that had new models to show and a whole load of updates across a bunch of new models as well, like the R3, Tracer 9, Tenere 700, and my favourites, the new R9 and Tenere 700 Rally. With a lot of their models getting the automatic transmission treatment as well, along with Honda and many of the other manufacturers, which I think is actually really great for accessibility and people with disabilities or mobility issues in general. I can't say it's a feature I want to add to my next bike at the moment, but it's definitely cool to see the option out there. Just to quickly show, this was Norton at Motorcycle Live, which for me was actually a first look since their takeover, and the bikes just looked absolutely incredible, so I thought it was worth sharing with you. And as for Harley-Davidson, no new bikes released yet, but it was their first time showing Eicma in a while. And they had a nice stand at Motorcycle Live with some Wars Harley-Davidson, where I used to actually work a long time ago. Some of their collection of historic bikes, which I used to get to see day in, day out, of course, but it was really nice to get to see those again. I also stopped by the Indian stand at Motorcycle Live, where I was hoping to see the new Scout 60 Classic and Bobber models, but unfortunately they didn't have them at the stand. So that was me all wrapped up for Eicma and Motorcycle Live.
Thank you so much to Potski Media for having me along. I've had an amazing time at Eicma. I am really looking forward to coming back next year. It's been brilliant to actually come and see the bikes firsthand in the metal as soon as they're announced. Super, super exciting. I just feel so lucky to have got to come here this year. I hope you've enjoyed my little highlight reel. I have tried to show you as many of the bikes that I could try and get round in the short time that I've been here. So let me know what your favourite is in the comments, and thanks for watching.